Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Now the first running back drafted this year, it's Saquon Barkley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. To give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
And you remember pre-draft, there's a lot of speculation that the Giants should look for their future quarterback at number 2 with a great possibility. Remember, Sam Darnold from USC was still on the board, but they passed on him to take this runner, Saquon Barkley. And this is exactly why. They think he can extend the life of Eli Manning's career and give them 1,000-yard seasons year after year.
They haven't had a 1,000-yard season since 2012. Ahmad Bradshaw did it then.
Go 56, 27 to Sam, 27 to Sam. Go 56, 27 to 47.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he'll take this one down near the 15. It's Patrick Robinson there on the stop.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Go 56, 27 to Sam, 27 to
On second down, here's Barkley. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up first and goal now.
Let's go. Zebra. Check. Regular.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. Play action. Manning. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Cameron Jordan in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Third and long for the Giants, and Eli following the sack.
Regular. Zebra. Zebra. 27 to Sam. 27 to Sam.
Working from the gun, Manning. Buying time to his left. He may try and run from it. And now the ball comes out. Manning lost it. And this is picked up by the Saints. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room that if you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage.
Here we go. Come on, get set.
On 2nd down, Kamara. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
They've got to do a better job up front and create some space because they're right there, almost literally on their own goal line.
Just a couple of feet away from a safety. That could have been disastrous. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
Hey, easy. 3 down. Watch the egg. 21.
In his own end zone, it's Breeze. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. And they'll get him down up past the 15. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Hey, break it down, fellas. Break it down. Four down. Check.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Looking for Ginn, and it's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Detroit! Detroit!
Here's Lauletta after the interception. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone, It makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Gun! Hey, 4 down. Over!
They'll fake the handoff. Now Lauletta. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. A good pickup there at 22.
Detroit!
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Lucky 56. Watching that, Barney. Gun.
And Lauletta just beating the play clock. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. Kyle Lauletta, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. On the return, it's Ted Ginn Jr. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
They want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to spring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Here we go. Check.
Breeze to throw on 2nd down. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down.
Here we go. Get set.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. He'll let it fly in the direction again. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Easy. Get set.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Get set. 21, 21, 21. Hey, 96 is 11, 11, 11, 11.
Play action. Breeze. Rush coming, and he's taken down. That is a sight, a sack that Giant fans hoping to see more of this year.
Well, we know they put a big emphasis on it in the offseason, and it paid off in a big way early in this game, getting to the quarterback. The Giants know they have to get their pass rush pumped up.
And now before they run this fourth down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on fourth down. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Gun! We got to stand up over there.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Well, those Giant fans, you know that they love seeing Saquon Barkley wearing their jersey, but it's interesting. He actually grew up a Jets fan.
Yeah, I wonder what his dad was thinking. What Big Al was thinking on draft night. Had to be so happy for his son. But they grew up watching Jets games. Just sit together, watch it. In fact, Dad has a Jets tattoo.
Yes.
Okay, so that tells you about how much he loves that team. You think Saquon's going to fix that and make it a Giants tattoo?
Yeah, wants to make that a Giants tattoo. That family, though, they fully converted. They're supporting the G-Men. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it's a 2nd down. Now a play fake, and it's Lauletta. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cameron Jordan in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. The Giants on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever.
Detroit! 4 down. Gun! Watch him now, Barney!
Coming off play action, Lauletta. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Sheldon Rankins. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Here's Ginn. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
They go play action here on first down. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Breeze will try again on second down. Flush to his right. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And a loose football. And who's got it? The Giants. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
A first down carry for Barkley. Down right around the 25. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move lateral.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. Allen, the intended receiver.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football. And at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
So Breeze going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 22. Throwing now is Breeze. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Breeze on the draw, gives to Kamara. He'll be dropped at the 30. With a shifty move, got him a couple extra on the play. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
From the gun, it's Breeze. It's Hill, complete. And Hill running right. The ball comes out.
Kill! You got 4.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout.
Hey, boys, you got 4. Ready, let's hit.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. Now Breeze lost the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
4 down, check, 4 down. All right, here we go.
A handoff to Barkley. And some room to work. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
We really didn't have any doubt that he was going to be one of the top-rated rookies coming into the league, especially as a runner. And he's given us no reason to change our minds. That's a big-time run, and the production that he showed us in college is translating very well into the National Football League.
Lauletta on first down. He's got Allen. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
We got three, fellas, we got three.
Here's a give to Barkley. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up the first down. They ran it and picked it up.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
They get it to him running left. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They'll fake it. Now Lauletta. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Jeff Swaim, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants add on to their lead. Well, so it goes for a rookie quarterback. He had the INT earlier in this first half, but he bounces back with a touchdown pass.
And you have to like the mental acumen, the toughness, the fortitude of him, because oftentimes for a rookie, you throw an interception early, you're taken right out of the game, or mentally you check out a little bit. Give him a lot of credit for bouncing back.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here, already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, New Orleans. Traquan Smith, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. New York set to take the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Back 99, lucky 56, lucky 56, gone. Watch screen. Oh, now, lucky 56, lucky 56, now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
On first down, it's Lauletta. He fights him up, but now he's swallowed up and taken down. Alex Okafor. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. It's Lawletta off play action. He sets to fire deep. Push, and that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st and 10, Lawletta. Now he'll escape to his left. Going to throw deep for the end zone. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Watch him now, Barney.
From the gun, here's Lawletta. Going for it all. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down. On play action, they'll throw. This is caught, and he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Odell Beckham in the final seconds of the first half, and the Giants are able to grow their lead. Santos with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
13.
Breeze now on 1st down. Looking long for Thomas. And that's caught inside the 35. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And Lutz puts this one through. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play, because that's been an issue for them in this game. Nine yards on the pickup there as he'll be left with 3rd and 1. Alvin Kamara really settling into the league in his second season. And, of course, he came out of Tennessee, but not a lot of people remember he started at Alabama.
He did, and got caught in that big mix of running backs at Bama. And they like those bigger, thicker runners, those guys who can break down defenses through the middle. Alvin Kamara ended up leaving Alabama, going to a junior college for a while. I believe he went to Hutchinson Junior College before matriculating at Tennessee and finding his way to the NFL, where he is now a star.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
4 down, 4 down. Where's that? Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Come on, get set, easy.
Snap comes at 1, and now Breeze. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Thomas. The 20, 10, touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints are back within a score. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 21-17. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. Cody Latimer now on the return. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for the Giants. 51 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket, because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just
nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now Saquon Barkley. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his second touchdown on the season. And the Giants add on to their lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
On play action, now Breeze. And it's incomplete. It's a dangerous pass. That's what it was. And it brings up second down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And an alley to run. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Breeze now on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Julius Peppers in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. On play action, it's Breeze. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Malik Collins in there to get him, and this pass rush strong now. That sacks on back-to-back plays. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Shotgun now for Breeze. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turning over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
Here's Lauletta after the interception. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. Oh, wide open, complete. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Cody Latimer, his first touchdown on the year. And thanks to the interception, the Giants offense cashes in with 6. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I remember when they changed the rule, and there was a lot of consternation, especially coming from the kickers. Okay, how's this going to affect things, having to kick a longer one now? Much more of a field goal attempt, and the defensive guys saw it as an opportunity to get more block.
That's exactly right. There's more effort now. Before, when it was snapped down near the goal line, you would basically see guys just stand there.
Yeah, not anymore. Now, those guys are going after it because not only can they knock it away and change a little bit of momentum,
and get 2 points.
They can pick it up and take it back for 2 points.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Olivier Vernon brings him down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Again, it's Kamara. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Here we go. 21.
To throw, it's Breeze. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Julius Peppers in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fielded at about the 28. And now running right through it. Great blocking, nearly sprung in there. 28-yard return. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape. 1st and 10. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Santos with the extra point, and the lead is now 24. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just now Breeze wants the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. Now the ball comes loose. And the field position doesn't get much better than this. They'll have it 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal.
Set. Green 39. Green 39. Check 43.
The pitch goes to Barkley. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you. 3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Hey. 4 down.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly
you
right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. What's that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
They'll run. This is Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Get set, get set. Watch tight end, tight end's right. Tight end's right. 3 down, 21. Check, check. 3 down, 3 check.
Now a play fake. Breeze. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Ahmad Brooks in there to record another sack, their 6th of the afternoon. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
We got trips over here. What's that?
They fake the give. Here's Breeze. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is taken at the 15. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10.
Odd. 5 down. Stand up in. Over.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
Gun!
This is 3rd and long. Here's Lauletta. Being chased out left. And this is going to be incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a 1st down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
Now it's Ginn. Muscles him off. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Julius Peppers in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And going deep for Hill. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. And give him a gain of 37.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 35. And he's able to bring it out 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
On the run, it's Barkley. Stays on his feet, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Over! Set! 3, 19! Check!
Again, it's Barkley, and he's got some space here. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Time for a break. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for New York. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the... And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And that score gives them a little... So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through it, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They run it again with Kamara. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
Kill! 11. Double up. He's coming. 11. Kill! Watch twist.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
That was a terrific job by the defense stopping them on 3rd and short. But sometimes you get some visual cues from the offense because when they're going in short yard situations, you might see the offensive line come in tighter together, a little more shoulder to shoulder, trying to wedge a hole in the middle. They didn't get it done on that play.
Now Breeze got to have this one. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Lawrence Timmons. Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
4 down. Check.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
3 down, 3 down.
And they take a knee. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's third and goal. And they'll indeed take a knee. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Giants, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the Washington Redskins. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Pulling up in that new toy, the wrist on that boy, rock star like Pink Floyd, waving that rude boy. I'm waving at you, boy. Ran off on